I find that it's absolutely necessary for every single Yid to share all of the Hashgacha Pratis, all of the divine providence that a person sees in the world in order to show that Shem truly fills the entire earth with all of his glory. I heard two really sweet stories in Shul in the previous day from two different people, so I want to share them here. The first story that um, I heard actually from Rabbi Ben Zion here in Milwaukee, Rabbi Ben Zion Twersky, the son of Rabbi Yechiel Michal Twersky, the harness disciple of Rebbe, told me the following, that he got a phone call at 1 a.m. and on this, it was one of his friends, another Bobov Chassid. So he himself went to Bobov yeshivas growing up and such, and he's very close, and it's part of his family line also. Anyway, so this Bobov Chassid said to him, "I have to tell you something Rabbi Ben Zion." He said, "What's that?" He said, "I just heard from a good friend of mine who's also a Bobov Chassid and a businessman that he traveled out to Texas. And when he was in Texas doing his business dealings, he ended up running into another Yid. And the Yid asked him, 'What kind of Chassidus do you come from?' And so he said, 'I'm a Bobov Chassid.' And so this businessman responded and said, 'That's incredible. It's because of your Rebbeim, it's because of your Hasidic rabbis that I've returned to Judaism and I have become religiously observant.' So the businessman said, 'How did that happen?' And so this businessman said back to him, 'There's these books called, I think it's called The Light of Bobov Chassidus, that I picked up and I read them every single day, and it made me want to so strongly reconnect to my roots, and now I'm keeping Torah and mitzvahs because of it.' And this, back to the phone conversation between Rabbi Ben Zion and his friend. So his friend told him, so my buddy ends up traveling out to Texas on a business trip in order to find out about how, or part of it being, in order for me to find out about how my friend, you, Rabbi Ben Zion, are inspiring another Yid all the way in Texas through the speeches of the Bobov Rebbeim that you're translating and putting into books.' That's story number one. Story number two, I was told by a rabbi here, I don't know if he wants his name to be mentioned. Basically, what happened was there was a Chabad Shliach, and this Chabad Shliach was going to be taking a trip to the Ohel, to the gravesite of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And so he asked his community who would like to write a letter to the Rebbe, who would like to write a pan to the Rebbe. And, he received a number of different letters, and a lady brought in one of the letters to him. And the lady said, "But please don't read it. Don't read it. Just put it there in the Ohel. Don't read it out loud." So this Chabad rabbi ended up going to the Ohel, and he had a number of letters, and something happened where they got mixed up, and he wasn't sure whose letter was whose. So he knew he wasn't supposed to read one of them. What could he do? He found someone else that was there, and he asked, "Would you be willing to read these letters in the Ohel? Because there's one that I'm not supposed to read, but it'll be okay if you read it. Would you please take these letters to the Ohel and read them?" So this man went into the Ohel and he was reading all the different letters, and the shliach was waiting outside, and 1 minute passed, 2, 5, 10, 20 minutes pass, and the man's not back yet. And the shliach's wondering, why is he staying inside of there for so long? It's only a few notes. It should only take him a couple of minutes to read them. And finally, the man that reads the letters comes out, and the Chabad shliach looks and says, "What took you so long? What happened in there?" He said, I can't believe this. One of the letters that you had me read was from a lady, and the lady was asking the Rebbe to help her find her brother that she hasn't spoken to in over 10 years. I'm her brother.